Football, a sport beloved by most people all across the globe.
It's a 30-yard free kick with a 20-yard run-up.
Dear! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
So beloved, in fact, let me tell you the time a single game caused a war between two nations. Tensions between two nations in the Central American region are rising. El Salvador and its residents are struggling and are flocking to the nearest country, Honduras, at an alarming rate, and Honduras cannot support the 300,000 flocking in. With economic pressures increasing daily, Honduras make the tough decision to deport all the migrants back to El Salvador, which in turn stirred up anger within both nations. The 1970 World Cup's coming around, and it's time for qualifiers. So the two are due to face, and they're scheduled for a best of three, where the first team to 2 wins takes the match and advances to the next stage. The El Salvadorian players travel to Honduras for Game 1, where they reportedly are bombarded all night in the hotel they are staying in, by loud noises and obnoxious fans, making it nigh impossible to sleep. And they inevitably lose the match 1-0. After the match, all hell breaks loose, and violence erupts between the two sides' passionate fans. The El Salvadorian fans did not take this treatment lightly, and when Honduras paid their dues by travelling to El Salvador for Game 2, they suffered a similar fate, and the home side took the win 3-0, tying the series up 1-1. The city's flooded, with thousands rioting and inciting violence, and El Salvador had enough, severing all diplomatic ties with Honduras just before the coveted third game. The two teams arrived in neutral Mexico City, and the match was reportedly an absolute thriller, with El Salvador picking up the win in extra time 3-2. As you can expect, Honduran fans were not thrilled, and the violence that ensued was absolutely horrific. So much so, only hours after the match, the El Salvadorian army began preparing for war. July 14th, 1969 rolls around, and the El Salvadorian army has finished preparations and launches a full-scale invasion into Honduras, airstriking vital infrastructure and air bases, and they managed to push 30 kilometers into enemy territory. The campaign lasted a grueling 4 days before international pressure from the United States forced their hand, and they withdrew under a ceasefire, becoming known as the 100 Years' War. Although it may seem a gimmick that a war started over football, this was just a spark, lighting an ever-growing pile of fuel and just waiting for the right moment to ignite into a blaze of hell, which did result in over 2,000 casualties. Now you know about the time a war began over.